y'all doing today? I want to tell you about my cousins, Joe and John. They're identical twins. That means they look just alike. John, everybody in town knew John. I mean, because John stayed in town and, you know, he worked the farm, but he go to town all the time. Now, Joe, he kind of kept to himself. He didn't get in town very much. And anyway, Joe had this old boat out on the bayou. Had these four fellas come up there and want to rent that old boat. But Joe told them, said, you know, you got to be careful of this boat. It's got a lot of miles and a lot of years on it. And I don't know how much longer it's going to last, and it ain't real safe. They said they didn't care, that they needed a boat, and they needed a boat real bad. So Joe he didn't really want to do it, but he went ahead and did it anyway. He rented the boat out to them. And anyway, make a long story short, they sank the boat. Joe called me and wanted me to come help him, you know. So we went out there and we were trying to salvage everything we could out of that boat. Going under and taking stuff out and bringing it back up and putting in another boat. You know, we've been out there all day long. Well, while we was gone, we didn't know it, but John's wife had died. We went on back into town and get us something to eat real quick and go on back out there. We went in a little restaurant and the waitress come up there at the table and she looked at Joe. Well, she thought Joe was John. And she said, "I'm sorry for your loss. You must feel terrible." Well, she thought he was John, so we didn't know any different. We thought she was talking about the boat. Anyway, Joe looks up at her and he says, "Hell no. Fact is, I'm sort of glad to get rid of her. She was a rotten old thing from the beginning. Her bottom was all shriveled up and she smelled like dead fish. She had a crack in the back and a pretty good sized hole in the front too. Every time I used her, the hole got bigger and she leaked like crazy. Now, I'm guessing what finished her off is when I rented her out to them four guys. Them fools, they all tried to get in her at the same time and split her wide open right up through the middle. The waitress fainted.